the moon and the sun. Be great at what you do, give it all of you, and trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what I'm seeing. You can have it if you dream it. Just be brave and you'll achieve it all. It all. I wanna know if you really want it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear. I wanna know if you really need it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening to you. Okay. Choking on some apple cider gummies. You ever have these things? These are unbelievable. They're really good. Anyway, just clearing my throat, and we're all set to go here for another session. I'm just waiting for everybody to join us here. A lot of people coming online here, folks. And good evening all to you. Okay. Wow, questions are already rolling in here. All right, a couple things before we get started, folks. Just a little housekeeping. Don't forget, of course, there is a questions box. You'll find a little icon on your Zoom dashboard. Click on that. I'm the only one that sees that, and so go ahead and say whatever you want. We're going solo here today. Aaron's got the night off. And the other thing I want to tell you is, yes, sometimes I do speak a little bit too fast. If you find that's the case, just tell me to slow down or something in the questions box, and I'll try and do that. It's just that I get so passionate about what we talk about, so excited, and I speak too fast. I guess I feel like I've got so much to tell you in a short period of time. So I know that doesn't always work out that way, but anyway. All right, gang, let's get started. Here we go. I think if I hit this button right here, we should be all good. We are recording it. My name is Hugh, and this is Week in Review and Intro to Trading. Anybody new one? Let me know. If you are new to trading, let me know in the questions box. Okay, just curious to see. All right, so let's get going here. Folks, I'm going to give you a second here to read this disclaimer. It keeps the lawyers happy. I guess they have to eat too, so I'll just give you a few seconds to read this. All right, I think you know what it's all about. All right, you alone are responsible for all your own trading, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Charge courtesy of Schwab, Thinkorswim, and also Tasty Works. Or Tasty Trade, I should call it Tasty Trade. Let's just change that. This should actually be Tasty Trade since they actually changed the name. So let's go back and just to be accurate here, Tasty Trade. All right, looking good. Here we go. Okay, so looks like I've got a lot of light in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just close the blinds and hopefully get this light on here, make it a little bit easier since it's going to be dark soon. And we're in the Western New York area. Beautiful weather here today. Just gorgeous. Spent a little time outdoors and had some, was over at the neighbors for a little bit, enjoying some refreshments up on the deck. It's just very nice. So anyway, all right. Hit this button. Okay, there we go. All right. So looking good. And what kind of refreshments? I'll never tell. All right, here's what we're going to do today, folks. Here's what we're going to do tonight. Going to give you an introduction, a little bit of an introduction, look at a week in review, look at next week. Going to give you a little bit of a beachside chat, how we can help you, and got a little bit of a 2-minute tutorial as well coming up later on. You're going to love it. And a little bit of a background on myself. What makes me, there's a question, what makes me qualified to talk about this kind of stuff? I guess nothing at all. Nothing. I'm not qualified at all. I've only been trading for decades, and over that time, I've picked up a few pointers, few things. Between Aaron and myself, we've got over 40 years of market participation in the stock market. So, did I spend any time on Wall Street? No. No, I did not. Actually, that's not true. No, that's true. That's true. I was on Wall Street visiting once. I couldn't get into the stock exchange, but I did go to the Chicago exchange once, and I spend probably about an hour up in the gallery there watching everything on the trading floor. Did I ever work on the trading floor? No. And just to be clear, I have been to various seminars, webinars. Those days you spend in the hotel rooms. They bring you into a hotel room, they lock you in, and then they say, "Oh, so and so, yeah, he was on the trading floor, and he's so good, and this and that," and you try and follow him, and you're just totally lost. And I don't think they make money either, because what they do isn't really what you and I do. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And I thought to myself, "Oh, you spent some time on the trading floor. What would you do? Get the coffee?" I don't know. But anyway, um, doesn't matter. It's what I learned. I learned from the trenches, deep down in the trenches. That's where I learned it. Okay, and what I did there was since my own financial advisor blew out half my account, that's when I realized I got to seize control of my own account and learn how to trade. And that's exactly what I done. Took some courses, but most of what I learned on my own. And the things I learned were really relevant to me because the things that I teach and the things that I learned that I teach, I didn't learn anywhere else. Nobody ever taught me this stuff. I learned the hard way. All right, I learned the hard way. School of hard knocks. Anyway, I got some pretty good education knowledge. I applied it. I started making some serious money, and people started asking me, "Hugh, what are you doing? Did you win a lottery?" No, I did not. I'm just trading SPY options. Oh, can you teach me? So they started pressuring me into teaching them, and that was back in 2010. We've been teaching people internationally now since 2010. We're in our 15th year of doing this, and as I understand it, we have the longest running trading room between myself and my good friend Aaron Stevens right there. He mastered deep dive technical analysis way back in his teens. Back in high school, he'd be spending his spare moments in the library, reading trade journals, newspapers, all about companies, different things, funds, different things, and he got pretty good at this. He had worked as a technical analyst for a $150 million commodity fund before Eagle Financial Publications scooped him, and he is now working with us. Every morning you'll hear him and watch him on the in the trading room making some trades and making some money and teaching you all about the things that he does. Now he actually identifies excellent longer term, high probability trades. All right, he's very good at this, and those that follow his recommendations tend to do extremely well. All right, so he is not with us here tonight. We're doing this alone. That's fine, but that's okay. I just want to tell you, if you have not yet subscribed to Spy on the Market, this is actually a weekly newsletter that goes out. It is free, costs you absolutely nothing. Every Thursday morning, you should get this in your inbox. It's a brief 3-minute read, light, relevant, entertaining, and you can subscribe. Just go to daytradespy.com. And when the little pop-up comes up, just leave your email address and you'll get the Spy on the Market newsletter. It's an excellent read. I write this every week and different topics. Pretty entertaining stuff too, I should tell you. Pardon me while I just wet my throat with with an energy drink here. And I've been talking all day here. I tend to talk a lot. I don't know. I don't know why. Guess that's what I do. All right, folks. Quick question here. Just want to get an idea from the people online here. Do you guys have guys? And I say guys and gals. I know a lot of women on here too. Do you have $5,000 seed money? All right, because I just want to know if just how what kind of a crowd we're talking to. If you found a really good system, would you be able to find a few bucks to put into it? I'm not asking you to trade 5,000. I don't care. I'm not looking to see who's got what or what. I'm not coming after you for money, nothing like that. Don't be afraid. Just curious to see what sort of capitalization you people have. Okay. The last time I did this, I had somebody ask me if they can start with $500. And I actually answered them back separately. I said, well, technically you can. Are you going to make any money? At best, you might make coffee money. High risk. I told them that if you're going to start with $500, put the $500 into a trading account and just keep adding to it over time. Okay. Meanwhile, join us for the things that we do. Learn all you can about what we do And then when you have enough money in your account, you feel confident, you've done a lot of paper trades, you feel like you can actually move forward, then you've got something to work with. Don't start trading with $500. It's not going to be enough. You're going to get a bad trade. You're going to get all pressured out, stressed out. You're going to make bad decisions. You're going to lose the $500. All right. You should really have at least several $1,000s in your account before you actually start trading real money. Okay. So I did that. So that's what I told him. Again, hello everybody. A lot of people are chiming in here, and I'm going to get to some of your comments in a little bit. Very excited to read some of these comments here. Wow, wow, wow. Mike G, love the pick of the day. I've taken my balance from 8,000 to 20,000 so far. Feel like a recovering alcoholic. I've been counting the days since I made stupid mistakes in my trading. Congratulations on that, Mike. I love you people. I love you people for some of these. Look at, I love you people because you are now taking control of your own financial situation, and you're turning your trades around. It seems like you're trading confidently. You're making a few bucks. Things are on the mend, right? They're all coming up here. So, okay, we're gonna get to some here, some more questions. I love this one from Scott. Are you guys friends or something? Mike and Scott are the best week since I signed up 4 weeks ago. Made $12,400. Way to go. Oh my gosh, you guys are really, really awesome. Anyway, Stephen D, Papa Bear from Dallas, new this week to Day Trade Spy. Welcome. Welcome anybody who's new. Of course, welcome whoever was here before. I'm sure many of you have. Okay. And I'm getting a lot of A's and some C's. No B's, no B's. Okay, you guys all have a few bucks behind you, huh? Nice to see that. Nice to see. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. 5 for 5 last week. Thanks for that, Rob M. Nice trade. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. We got a beachside chat. We used to have the fireside chat, but then things got warmed up here and pretty warm right now. I think it was like 85 degrees earlier than I was outside, and beautiful, just kind of hanging out at the beach there under the umbrella, and nice breeze coming off the lake here up in Lake Erie, folks. Lake Erie. That's where the scariest lake in the Great Lakes, Lake Erie. That's where we're at. There's a questions box, as I mentioned. Use that, and we'll certainly try and address your questions as they come up. Can't guarantee we're going to get to them all, but we'll certainly try. Let's take a look at what happened this last week in review. That's what the charts look like here. These candles are all 1-hour charts. You see a green candle. That means the price started at the bottom of the green, ran right up, and closed at the top of the green body. When you see the wicks and the tails, that means at some point during that hour, ran up to the top of the wick, bottom of the tail, and closed at the top of the green body. The reverse is true, converse is true for the red. Red candle started at the top of the body, ran up and down, and closed at the bottom of the body. All right. On Monday, we had the New York, or known as the Empire State Manufacturing Index. It was lower than expected, followed by Fed Chair Powell's speech. Gave a speech, and SPY moved in a $5 range before settling in at the end of the day, about 50 cents lower than open. The Empire State Manufacturing Index being lower than expected, that of course is anti-inflationary, which shot the market up. And no doubt Powell said something that was probably somewhat. I'm just trying to find what that speech, what he said was. Not sure what he said. Doesn't matter now. It's after the fact. But whatever he said, obviously, and spooked the market a little bit to bring it back down. And we just settled in to close right there. On Tuesday, we actually hit a record high at $565.39. Came right after the closing bell. Retail sales is a net positive for SPY, and the market's bounced around pretty well all day, but pushed to the upside. And then we got some profit taking. Actually, what happened was there's a little rotation out of the tech sector into the broader markets. Stems from worries about tighter regs and tense relationship with China. Also, concerns from the dizzying artificial and intelligent rally that's gone too far. So what happened was, as the Feds are getting closer to reducing interest rates, There's a lot of profit taking from some of the top tech stocks. They took their profits and they put it into some of these other stocks that they'd been ignoring for the long time because those stocks were somewhat undervalued. Okay, or maybe they weren't undervalued, but they were certainly not enjoying the benefits of the Magnificent Seven stocks that we see. Those being, of course, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, Nvidia, Meta, and Tesla, what they call the Magnificent Seven. We had a continuation to the downside on Thursday, and then on Friday, profit taking as capital shifted out of the tech Mag 7 stocks into the lower mid caps. Those tech stocks that the cash that came out of there lost almost $1.2 trillion market value. That was the largest 5-day loss in 2 years. And that was in the again the Magnificent Seven. But what happened was, and of course the S&P. But what happened was the lower and the mid cap stocks actually had a net gain. I thought it was like 1.2, 1.3% or something. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But they actually started to come back up. So there's a lot of rebalancing of funds going on, some shifting, and that's what happened last week. We found a little support. Very little support, but we're gonna see what happens here later on as far as what's gonna happen tomorrow with the markets. All right, we're gonna bring that up a little bit later on. So that's what happened last week. Not so much what's important, what happened, as much as what's coming up. But we saw some wild swings here, wide swings, wild swings early in the week. Rally hit new highs, but closed lower by the week's end, led by weakness in the tech sector. Soon to be rate cuts inspire shifts from the large caps tech sector to rally on the small mid caps, attributed to the growing confidence in the rate cut and the election read-throughs on expectations for a pro-growth Trump win. Markets are expecting Trump to win. The last time he was in power, the S&P, I believe, hit something like 146 new highs. So Trump is very pro-business, pro-economy, and it looks like there may be, the markets may be anticipating that. So soft landing story, falling inflation, easing Fed policy, sustained economic growth. That all gained traction this last week, and looks like the Feds are now likely to cut rates in September. Probably won't be cutting rates yet in July. At least that's the sentiment that we've been seeing the last few days. They are going to be actually coming up with their Fed fund rate. I believe it's coming up Wednesday the 30th or 31st. What is that? Not this week, but the following week. Wednesday the 31st, that is when the Feds are going to announce the new rates next week. Not this coming week, but the following week. The way the futures have baked in I think it's down like about 4% or something. They think they're going to cut the rates in July, but most of the analysts figure it's going to be September with the first rate cut coming in. It's going to initiate a new friendlier phase of interest rate policy, and markets rally is highlighted by a sharp rally in the small caps. And here's what it looked like. S&P actually lost 2% this week. Year to date is still very good at 15.4. All right, we're heading into what's that? Pretty well about a 30% year to date by the end of the year if this keeps up. Nasdaq maintained an 18.1% year to date despite dropping 3.6%. Even with the drop, they're doing extremely well. The Dow slow and steady, sort of the big hauler here. I mean, they're just up 0.7%, 6.9% year to date on that. Seasonally, this is a seasonal chart. For those who don't know, is that blue line is where SPY is now. The red line is a composite of the last 5 years closing balance on the daily chart. If we zoom in a little bit here to see what's going on, analyze this a little bit closer, you can see that SPY actually rose about 3 points last year. And looking at it seasonally, SPY rose about 3 points for the following week. A little bit of a zigzag up there, perhaps, but at the end of the week, we still ended up on the plus side. It'll probably plateau maybe a couple days after the end of this week, maybe the end of this week, early next week, then a bit of a decline and just kind of a bounce around, fairly steady for the rest of the summer. And we'll see what happens there. Forward looking, folks, Monday. Monday, we got the big news. If you haven't heard, Biden is dropping out of the presidential race. Other than that, there's low or no economic news. But Monday's news that when it hits the markets, this is going to be a bomb. Shouldn't surprise anybody, but I think you're going to see some market reaction to that. Okay, you're going to see some market reaction to that. Tuesday, we have some economic news here: existing home sales, Richmond Manufacturing Index, earnings from Alphabet, which is Google, Tesla, Visa, Coca-Cola, Texas Instruments, Comcast, UPS, Lockheed Martin. Individually, those last few aren't going to make much difference, but collectively, they might move the markets. Wednesday, we have some economic news from S&P Global, Flash Manufacturing PMI report, and also Flash Services PMI report. New home sales, and we're going to see earnings from IBM and AT&T. Thursday, our regular Thursday news, unemployment claims, durable goods orders, and earnings from AstraZeneca, Honeywell, Northrop Grumman, and also Friday, personal consumption expenditures. That's a big inflationary number. The Feds all look at that PCE number. That is a really important number for the Fed. So what happens there is going to be it's going to have an effect on the market. That is coming up on Friday, next Friday. All right, so let's see what that number is. They're expecting a number of 0.2%. Okay, that is the inflation number they're expecting. It last period it came in at 0.1%. We're going to see what happens there. That is going to be influential on whether interest rates are going to be cut probably either this month or the following month or maybe further down the line. If that number, PCE, is going to be higher than expected at 0.2%, it's going to be inflationary. I don't expect the Feds are going to move on that anytime soon. If it's going to be under that, there's a strong possibility that they're going to cut rates sooner rather than later. Not really sure if they're going to do it in July or September. We'll see what happens. But this is the Fed's primary inflation measure, and they're going to be watching that very closely. The other day, Fed Chair Powell did say that inflation does not have to go right down to 2% before they start cutting rates. So it will be an interesting day, Friday. Also, University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations, personal income, personal spending, and earnings will continue on Friday as well. What does all this mean? The bottom line, I expect volatility to be elevated all week long. All right. And especially with the whole Biden transition, and we're going to see who's going to be the next um, presidential candidate for the Democrats on that side. Right now, as I understand, it's Kamala Harris is in the running, and that could be very, very interesting. So we'll see what happens. We had an unbelievable week with the assassination attempt on Trump last Saturday, and the Republican National Convention all week, and J.D. Vance coming in as the vice president, front runner on that one. So I mean, it's all there, folks. The thing is this: there are lots of opportunities on the stock market every day. The market gives us opportunities all the time. We teach you how to spot those opportunities and how to trade them. I think that's really, really important. Okay, so what the thing to do is to look and see, where they are. So we can help you with that. Well, how can we help? Well, we're going to start by, I want to tell you about this amazing workshop that's coming up. Now, this is a Schwab Thinkorswim Setup Workshop. We've had, especially in the last little while, I don't know what it is, but there's been a wave of people asking for help in setting up Schwab Thinkorswim. Used to help people one-on-one a long time ago, but well, some time ago, not that long ago, but since we've had so many people join us with DayTradeSPY, it's been almost impossible to do these one-on-ones. So we kind of shied away from that, and we're now doing we're doing these group sessions, and this is going to be a workshop. And this is going to be setting up Thinkorswim the way we have our charts set up, our configuration for this program, the whole works. You have to understand, Thinkorswim is a very, very powerful program. It was written by Tom Sosnoff and his group, who since sold it to TD Ameritrade, and they sold it to Schwab. Tom has gone on to create Tasty Trade, which I also trade. I trade both Thinkorswim and Tasty Trade. But the thing is this: Tom and his group, They are not only traders, but they're also programmers, which puts them in the unique position that they know what a trader is looking for as a program, in programming. So they know what a obviously what a trader would like to see. So they are able to write the programs because they're also programmers, knowing what trader. It's not like, well, I'm a trader, so I'm going to tell a programmer, what to program. Well, that gets lost in the translation and it gets frustrating. Well, that's not quite what I had, Ed, but we've been working on this for so long. I want to get it out. I want to use it. Just forget it. Just go ahead. It's not like that. So they were able to refine this incredibly powerful program, and there's so much with Thinkorswim. And I will admit that most of it I don't even know. I don't care. I don't use it. But the parts that I use are very important, and those are the ones that we are going to be teaching you. Now, this workshop is going to be at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, July the 30th. I want you to write this in your calendar. You're going to want to be part of this. We are going to set up the charts. We're going to teach you how to set up the charts the same way. What happened here? Okay, the same way we have ours. All right, so when you come into our trading room, you see our charts, you're going to learn how to do those the same way. And that's pretty cool because when you have the right tools, it sure makes the job a lot easier. Okay. Um, Coming up, I don't know if it's going to be this week or the following week. We've got actually in our newsletter. It's all about using the right tools. I think you're going to want to really look forward to that because it's going to be very entertaining as well as informative. It's going to talk about how I built a doghouse. And I don't want to reveal to you right now. I don't want to say too much, but I think you're going to really enjoy it. Watch for that Spy in the Market newsletter. Again, I don't know if that one's coming out this week or the following week, but Spy in the Market is going to talk about using the right tools. And that segment is also going to have some really cool information about when I built a doghouse. You're going to actually you're going to laugh out loud with this one. It's gonna be pretty cool. Anyway, setting up charts. And we're only going to use the indicators that we use ourselves. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. It's one of those things you don't want to get into is information overload, analysis paralysis. We're going to show you how to avoid all of that. We're only going to show you the indicators that we use ourselves. Now, we're also going to show you how to navigate through these charts and indicators. So if there's something else you want to add or remove or whatever, you will be able to do that efficiently and effectively. Okay, we're not going to handcuff you and say, but this is all you can do and nothing else. We're going to have that flexibility in there. So if you do want to change things or whatever, you'll know how to do that. There's going to be all kinds of things you're going to learn about this program that you're going to really use. All right. Well, excuse me. I'm also going to show you how to set up the trade screen. Again, with only the relevant option chain configuration that we use. And you're going to grasp some cool techniques, tips, and tricks and how to get the edge on other traders. Don't forget, it's not just the stock market you're trading, you're actually trading other traders, right? So that means you have to be better than somebody else. Reminds you of the two hunters. They're hunting and they spot a bear and they get scared. They drop their rifles and they start running. The bear's chasing them. The one hunter yells over to the other, "Hey, we're never going to outrun the bear." The other one yells back, "I'm not trying to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you." Right? We only have to be better than other traders. All right. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to show you all these little tricks and stuff that they're going to give you the edge on other traders in the market and how to get fills earlier and this kind of stuff. People are sometimes wondering, they email, how did you get filled? I didn't get filled. I put my order in for the ask price. I didn't get filled. How come you get filled? Well, no, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that in the workshop. All right. Maybe we can even do a real trade. We'll see what happens. We'll see how much time we have. The idea here is to get the setup done. Okay. It's going to be pretty cool. All right. You want to get in this. You're going to cut the learning curve, cut to the chase, and make money now. When you have the right tools, right? You need the right tools. I mean, I guess I could probably build a house with a hammer, a handsaw, and a few other basic tools. I mean, they used to do that many, many, many years ago. get a shovel, and I suppose I could keep shoveling until I dig the basement out. I could see spending years doing this, building a small house using very basic tools, or I can go get some power tools, for example, and get somebody with a backhoe, dig out the basement in one day. We'll get some other equipment to pour the foundation, and then and off we go, right? But we use power tools, right? So instead of spending years building a house, the house goes up in a month. I can't imagine putting a roof on with just a hammer and a nail. Ever watch these roofers? I think we've got some roofers on our trading room. Maybe they're even online here. They get the gun and they go bang, 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 and next bang, next board, and they're done the whole roof in a day. Anyway, get the right tools, and we have the right tools, and we're going to show you those tools and how to use them. How to use them. I think that's really, really cool. Then you can actually go ahead and make some very serious trades very quickly right away. Folks, I'm going to be presenting that workshop. Budget about an hour and a half for it. It's going to be an exciting, fast-moving event. I'm going to try and squeeze it in an hour and a half. It should be pretty good if we can actually have the time for it. We're going to answer questions in that. It is going to be interactive, so I hope to get to questions, but we're going to definitely try and make time for some questions. And frankly, if we go over an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 3/4, don't get mad, but it's going to be well worth it. And it's also going to be recorded for later review. You're going to have access to the recording. It's going to be valuable, folks, even if you've viewed the webinar before, because you're going to get current information. And also going to be valuable if you don't use Thinkorswim. So let's say you use another program to execute your trades. I think you still want to get in on this webinar because you're going to learn which indicators we use. And if you can install our indicators and just the things that we install on your particular trade, whether you use, I don't know, Fidelity or whatever you use out there. I don't even know what all is out there anymore. Then you'll be that much further ahead. And I happen to know the cost, but I don't think I'm at liberty to reveal it yet. And I will say this much right now. When you see the cost, you're going to say, okay, so that's the deposit, right? Let me tell you something. I would gladly pay 10 times what Eagle is charging for this webinar. I would gladly, knowing what I know and knowing the benefit of this workshop, I would gladly pay 10 times the price they are charging for this webinar. When you see it, you're going to be floored as to how inexpensive it is. And when I asked them about it, I said, really? Really? They said, we're trying to get a lot of people on. We want to make it affordable and accessible for a lot of people. That's really the objective. We're not trying to make a, boatload of money out. That's not the case at all. That's not it at all. Basically, they're paying to get this thing marketed and whatever, but it's going to be unbelievable as far as the value is concerned. Stunning, stunning value. Watch your email. Again, I do not have the landing page for that yet, the detail page, but it's coming. Watch your email, and they're going to be sending it to you. I'm guessing later this week. Okay, it is going to be again Tuesday, July the 30th. Still got a few days out. Might even be, it should be later this week. They're going to send something out. So watch your email. It's not going to be this Wednesday, but the Tuesday, it'll be the following Tuesday. You're not going to want to miss that. All right. Next up, I want to talk about the trading room. This is where the action happens. Live teach and trade workshop. I mentioned to you before that we show you how to spot those opportunities and how to trade them. Now, if you know what calls and puts are, that's where you need to be. Moderated by myself along with Aaron. Again, more than 40 years combined experience. You know what? I sure wish I had this opportunity when I was learning this material, because I would have saved myself so much money, so much time, so much heartache, so much frustration, so much effort. I would have been mega rich long ago. Okay. And so will you. So will you. This is where strategies come alive. Mornings, every morning, 9:20 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. All right. We have people that plan their lives around this. We have doctors who don't see their patients until after the trading room. I talked to the one doctor even several years ago. I said, you sure you got people dying or something? He said, no, 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 they're fine. Don't worry, don't worry. I tell my nurses to keep them at bay. They're in the waiting room. I said, well, I don't want to put you out on that or anything like that, but whatever you think is important. So it's no, no. Folks, we have our strategies that we use. We have several strategies that we use. We've got our OMG out of the morning gate. We've got our scalping, our bread and butter. Aaron's got his deep dive analysis that he gets into. We get into some really exciting things every morning. This is not a watch you and Aaron trade show. Not at all. This is a learn and earn experience. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to learn and earn from the best. And if you don't mind me saying that, I'm going to, apologize for the humility, okay, or lack of. But we've been doing this a long time. And we know what works, what doesn't work in both trading and training. So we're able to master this and we're able to convey this all-important vital information to you as to how to day trade SPY options so that it actually works for you. These sessions, these live trading sessions are interactive. It's exciting trading. Would you believe that after all these years of still doing this, I'm still very excited, more than ever, waking up in the morning and turning on my computer and seeing what's going on in the market because I want to make some money today. I want to make some money just to beat the S&P 500 in its own game. I'm more excited now than ever before. And who do you know comes to their job after 15 years, still excited every morning to get to get there and do this? I don't know too many people. Anyway, we teach what we trade and we trade what we teach. All right, no stone left unturned. This is what we do. We teach you what we trade, and we trade exactly what we teach you. No fluff, no filler, nothing like that at all. You can watch us make real trades, real setups, real money. We also do sim trades as well. If you have any questions, you get them answered in real time. And again, it's the longest running live trading room. Been doing this since 2010. 2010. That's how we can help you. The trading room, folks, moderated again by myself and Aaron. And this is okay, I guess we got this lady coming in. She just joined us. That's why we have the same screen. And she's all excited about it. I can see the excitement on her face. And I can watch her all day long. Anyway, can you afford not to subscribe? Now, I'm going to tell you something. The cost is only $699 for 3 months, but you can't get that price on the website that I understand. You have to contact customer service. All right, you have to contact customer service. All you have to do is email customer service at daytradespy.com. Okay, email customer service, all one word, customer service at daytradespy.com. Just tell them you want the trading room, what's the best deal I can get for the trading room, and they should get this to you for only $6.99 for 3 months. And according to my quick math, that works out to something like $10 a day, which is what? Price of a Subway sandwich? Not even that. Are you kidding me? Um, you know, this is something you should do. Now, who benefits from this? Well, I'll tell you. If you know what calls and puts are, you belong in the trading room. That's all it is. You don't. I had the question posed to me the other day. What do I have to know? Do I have to take a course and get in on the trading room? Or I said, well, I mean, if you don't know anything at all about options, we do have a course. I don't think they have it out for sale right now. Maybe they do. I think if you contact customer service, they'll give you the course. But basically, if you know what calls and puts are, you are worthy and qualified to join us in the trading room. In fact, we invite you to join us in the trading room because I think you're going to very much benefit from what we have to offer. Okay. You don't have to know the strategy. That's what we do is we teach you the strategies in the trading room. We teach you everything you know in the trading room. And we try to go slowly and so that everybody's sort of along the same path. And some people are doing extremely well. Those people that have been in there longest, a long time, they do extremely well. And again, for less than pretty well Subway sandwich every day, I think it's a no-brainer. Okay. So let's get into our beachside chat here. Let's get into some questions here that have come up. Okay. How's Lucy, my dog Lucy? Thank you for asking. Lucy is actually fine. We've been giving her supplements, been working on her legs, and we have a harness for we use. So what I was going to say is a couple of weeks ago, Lucy had a bad turn. We actually thought we were losing her, and and so my daughter took her. I guess she was convalescing. Convalescing is it back at my daughter's place, and my daughter was taking care of her. And no, my daughter's going to Europe tonight. She's flying out to Europe, so I took Lucy back. But Lucy's in a better spot. She's walking a little bit more. We haven't gone for long walks or anything yet, but she's currently outside, so you might hear her barking a little bit to want to come in. But she's doing better. I think she still has a little time left with us. So I know that a couple of weeks ago it was looking very dire, and I know a lot of people were very concerned about her. So Lucy is our 12-year-old Bernese Mountain Dog. We've had her since she was 6 weeks old, so she's part of the family, and we love her to pieces, and definitely really is part of the family, and it'll be a real loss when she's gone. These dogs, this breed lives generally 6 to 8 years, so we've got a good few years extra out of her already, so we're pretty happy about that. So, all right, so let's get to some questions here concerning trading here. By the way, I'm not going to be going into individual trades. Okay, that's not the purpose of this session. If you are in a trade, we'll see if we can, sort of from a general standpoint, maybe address it, but I'm not going to look at your individual trades, what's going on here. But question: How do you make more than 6% on a trade if you place a limit order at 106 of the entry price? All right, Stefan, I think that's how you pronounce your name. If you place your trade for 1.06% of the buy price, yes, you're going to make 6%. But we show you using our indicators how to actually make considerably more than 6%. And many people are making quite a bit more than 6%. So you have to have some standard of a measure of success, right? So we use that 6% as a standard by which to measure success. If you don't get the 6%, it's not considered a success. I don't know about you, but many, many, many years ago when I was with other programs and learning this stuff, and you know, I don't know, I joined other services, and they would say, "Oh, so buy this now at whatever price," and then the stock would go up 3 cents, and they would ring the bell, and they'd be so happy that's a success. Well, excuse me, no, it's not a success because I would not have sold it for a 3 cent gain. If you know what I'm saying. The stock, like you just wouldn't even cover your commission. So don't tell me that's a success. So we're trying to be very reasonable, very transparent. We're trying to facilitate even the most novice of traders. That's kind of the objective with what we're doing here. I wonder if I stand a little bit, maybe sit a little bit closer, you won't get that. Let me see if I can move that around so you don't get the. I guess I can't do much about the that crack in the blinds there. You get the sun still coming through, but so anyway, but we do show you in this trading room, Stefan, that how to make a lot more than 6%. So okay, okay. I was at the beach both days. Thanks for that, Howard. Go beach, no killers, no killer whales there today. Okay, that's good. 101 in Peoria today, Johnny. Oh my gosh, that's very hot in Arizona. But I guess it's dry heat, right? You don't feel it's dry heat. There you go. I'm sorry, heat is heat. We were in Florida a couple weeks ago. We left there because it was like 100 degrees. That's a little bit too hot. Okay. Tom's asking, there's these black vertical bars I keep asking about. SPY 20-day 1 hour chart last week. Tom, I don't know. Tom, do me a favor. Take a screenshot of exactly what you're talking about and send it to me, okay? And I can address that question because I don't know what you're referring to as far as these black vertical bars in the chart. But if I know what they are, I could probably address them and get back to you on that. Okay, Lewis W. Thank you so much. I just finished the Ultimate Training Workshop and the bread and butter. Trying to buy the Fibonacci online workshop. Any suggestions? Yes. I believe you can still get the Fibonacci workshop, which was presented several weeks ago by Aaron. But again, contact customer service at DayTradeSPY.com and ask them. Tell them you want to buy the Fibonacci online workshop. They should be able to give it to you. If they don't, then let me know and I'll rattle some chains over there. Now, bear in mind that customer service, as good as they are, they don't know everything about everything. Sometimes you'll contact them and they look at their, they don't know what you're talking about, which may make sense because they're not, they only know things when we tell them, and if we don't tell them things, they don't know it. So they actually service, other clients and stuff too. So, but if you tell them that you want the Fibonacci online workshop, Lewis, you'll probably get a response. And if you don't get a response, again, email me directly, hughg@daytradespy.com, and I will get on top of them to sell you the Fibonacci online workshop. I'm not sure if it's up there yet or not. Let me just take a quick look here to see if it's actually posted on the website. I thought it would be by now. Okay, so let me go to this website, daytradespy.com. Hang on a second. Okay. Helps if you spell it properly. Okay, all right. DayTradeSPY.com. Okay, so here's right here. Where is it? Online workshops. Let's see if we've got if we've got it up here, bread and butter. There it is right there, Fibonacci Trading Workshop. You can get it now, $249. Click on that. That should work. Okay, Lewis, that should work. All right, so there you go. There you go. All right. Feeling a little frazzled tonight. I actually got in a little fight with Siri in my car. Siri, can you pull up Sirius Radio Satellite Fox News? A couple of seconds later, I have lowered your temperature to 62 degrees. Siri, I told you to get me Fox News on Sirius. I'm sorry, sir. I just lowered your temperature to 62 degrees. Anyway, I think Siri's going back to the dealership. You know what I'm saying? She drives me crazy. Um, you ever talk to them like a person? Yeah, I said, Siri, would you go out with me? I'm sorry. How did she reply? Something about no, I don't date the customers or whatever. I don't know what it was. Something. She's pretty funny, but yeah, I was pretty angry at her. Anyway, what's with the downward trend, Ron? What's with the downward trend? It's just shifting money from the big tech stocks, overvalued tech stocks, the Magnificent Seven stocks to the lower medium cap stocks. That should wash out, I'm thinking at some point. We'll see. And it's going to start coming back up. All right, now it's going to be Trump versus Harris. How's that going to be for the market? This is going to be interesting to see how this works out here. We'll take a look at that and see how that's going to happen here. So, okay, some of these personal trades. Yes, some people are sitting in calls for next Friday. I would not worry about them right yet. We're going to wait and see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting week. Okay, so we'll take a look around, get into the trading room. That's where we discuss these market activities, nuances, conditions, all that sort of stuff. Michael M is one of our trading room members. I met Michael. I just dropped my bell. Where did it go? Well, I think I lost my bell. We met Michael. I can't remember. Was it Las Vegas or Orlando? I can't remember now. Somewhere. Michael's an excellent trader. Michael, I don't know how much money you're putting in your trades, but you have some very, very good trades. He said this week's Day Trade Spy was top notch, capitals, trades, and in the room. Let's do it again, Hugh. What is your trend? I don't know. It's going to be an interesting week for sure. Tom who? I think it's you, Tom J. Tom J, the one with the vertical bars. I am talking to you. Okay, how long is the workshop going to be? I say budget an hour and a half for it. Hopefully we'll be able to get it in on that time. I think it should be good. And yes, Chet using Tasty, that's okay. Yes, get the indicators that we're going to show you on Thinkorswim. You can apply them to other programs as well. Unfortunately, I can't really show you on Tasty because Tasty does not have a SIM account unless they've changed the last month or so. But and by law, we're not allowed to show real accounts. Okay, so I have to only show SIM accounts. When is the next 2 to 10K challenge? We'll be talking about that next several weeks, I imagine. I'm thinking here, Daniel, probably in September. Don't quote me on that, but I know that there was some chatter about that starting back up in September. This is the program that we do, folks, in the trading where we start with $2,000 and we turn it into $10,000. And it's going to be pretty interesting here. So I'm just kind of quickly going through some questions here. Thanks for that, Howard, on Lucy. Yes, she's still with us. Okay. 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 Let's see. Going here. Okay. I'm trying to understand when the bid-ask narrows first minute or two. Okay, we're going to talk about that in the trading room here. Okay. There's a lot of questions. I'm going to probably get to some of these other questions. We're getting on with the time here, so I want to get to this 2-minute tutorial, which is probably going to turn into like more than 2 minutes. So the big question here is, with the 2-minute tutorial, is how will Biden's withdrawal from the presidential race affect the market? How will Biden's withdrawal from the presidential race affect the market? I have quite a few questions asking that already, and here's what I believe is going to happen. First of all, watch for elevated volatility. Now, some experts are already chiming in on this. We have CEO of Impact Health USA, Josh Thompson. He says, investors generally prefer stability and predictability, and such a significant political shift would disrupt both. According to him, the initial response could be a sharp decline in stocks as investors seek to hedge against potential risks. Michael Collins, CFA, founder and CEO of WinCap Financial, echoed this sentiment, saying that there could be increased uncertainty and volatility in the market due to change in leadership, as he feels a Biden withdrawal would almost guarantee a win for Trump. He says investors may also react differently depending on who becomes the new frontrunner for the Democratic Party and their perceived policies towards businesses and the economy. Now, in terms of specific sectors, some experts argued that an exit could help U.S. equities. Timothy Holland, CFA and Chief Investment Officer at Orion, said Biden's most likely replacement, Harris, could be perceived to be a weaker candidate against Trump. However, he said it could prove supportive of U.S. equities as Wall Street begins to contemplate and price in a fiscal policy backdrop that features both the extension of the Trump tax cuts and incremental government spending, particularly on the military. Holland also said that a combination could prove stimulating to the U.S. economy and corporate profits in the short to intermediate term, helping push stocks higher. He said, that said, accelerating economic growth could also push inflation higher longer term, forcing the Feds to pivot from the expected rate cuts this year and into 2025 or 2026. Stephanie Vaughn, co-founder of Veda, also said Biden dropping out of the race likely will have positive consequences for the U.S. equity market. She said picking Kamala Harris would certainly create a situation in which Trump would be more likely to win. And Trump is clearly pro-growth and pro-innovation, both of which the American economy is sorely in need of now. Assets, therefore, would almost certainly benefit. All right, so we're going to see what happens there. There's a bunch of other ones impacting gold and silver and bonds and crypto and stuff. I am going to pull up the futures as of right now to see where the market is right at this moment. The futures up in here, the top left on this simulated Schwab Thinkorswim shows that the S&P is right now up 16 points. The Nasdaq is up 88, 87 and a quarter. The Dow is up 69. Oil is up 40 cents and gold is up 11.20. That's what the futures are right at this moment here, Sunday night at 8:55 Eastern Time. So with that said, it appears if this holds true into tomorrow, that the markets should rise. If this holds true until tomorrow, it looks like the markets should rise. Now, bear in mind, we have what's that, about 13 and a half hours until the market opens, but we're going to wait and see what happens. Anything goes. Anything goes. What's my personal opinion? Uh, I think the market will rise. I think the market will rise. I don't think the Democrats have a viable alternative right now who has a shot at defeating Trump. That's my personal opinion, and sorry, I don't see Kamala Harris doing it, and I don't see anybody else in the pipeline. So I think the markets like Trump. They certainly really enjoyed Trump's presidency the last time. The markets, like I mentioned earlier, I think we hit a new high, something like 146 times, and I would expect similar kind of results with the Trump presidency. So we'll see if that happens. Maybe somebody will emerge to give Trump a run for his money. I don't know, but right now it appears that Trump is leading, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, let me see if there are any other news, any other questions I could answer here real quick before we kind of wrap it up. Tom says you need to use swear words to talk to Siri. I tried that, Tom. Yeah, Siri and I don't get along very well. We we don't. She said, yeah, when I swear at Siri, she says, "Don't talk to me like that," or or similar kind of thing. She doesn't like to be insulted. So yeah, Michael says, yeah, we all have conversations with Siri. She's a blast to tease. I don't, you know what? I don't know. There used to be a time a car radio had two knobs, turn on and off and the volume and the tuning, and then it had five buttons, pre-programmed the buttons, and you want to hear a certain station, you click this one, you had another station, click that one, and you turn the volume up and it was good. Now, trying to work the radio in my car is like, whoa. I'm gonna have to find. I don't know if I should get a PhD in technology or something, IT, or look for some 14-year-old kid off the street to show me how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So now, when you buy a car, they bring in this genius. That's what they call them. You get the BMW genius. She's gonna show you how it all works. Well, that's really nice. They go through that real fast, and here's what you do. Bang, bang, bang. They set it all up. And good luck trying to remember that, or if something gets screwed up, you'll never reprogram it. But anyway, neither here or there, folks. All right, the workshop once again, Tuesday. All right, Tuesday, July the 30th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You will want to be there. Okay, setting up, think or swim. Setting up, think or swim. And thanks for that, Kim. Let's rock. Biden is retiring. Get ready for an uptick at the open. Booyah. Oh man, you guys are terrible. Okay, there's all kinds of questions coming in. If you see anybody sitting on the fence, Hugh, any week if you have someone sitting on the fence about pick of the day, signal or room trades, I have them all and use them. Thank you for that, Michael. OMG scalps, etc. Take liberty and provide them my email or sell. I'd be happy to share the value of how exciting it is to trade with you and Aaron anytime, my friend. Okay, if you have any, Michael, I'm not going to hand out your email address right now. I can't do that to you. But if anybody wants to talk and get a referral from one of our subscribers who's got it all, and by the way, Michael has done it extremely well this last week. I'm just wow, and month to date and year to date and everything else. Let me know, and I'll put you on to Michael's. He just gave me the permission here, so let me know, and I'll put you on to Michael's email so you can actually talk to him. So, okay. Okay, let me just see here. Okay, one more question here. Can you please explain how and when to enter a pick of the day SPY option? Your end of the day summary seems very early before there is a clear direction in price. Last couple of days have been particularly painful. Okay, when you get the pick of the day, this is a service. This is one of our subscription services, the pick of the day. You get the pick. It's a particular option that we're looking to trade. and you're going to get this sent to your inbox somewhere around 9:15, 9:20, 9:10, something like that. When the market opens, you wait a few seconds for the bid-ask spread to settle in nice and tight. And then if the stock is going in your direction, look at the 1-minute chart. So let's say it's a call option. When you see the pressure to the upside on the 1-minute chart right out of the gate, all right, what you want to do is buy it right then and there. The pick of the day is anchored in time. So what we're saying is that we view the fundamentals and the technicals. We say, you know what, there's a propensity to go up today, so we're going to anchor it in time. We're going to buy at the open, and at some point during the day, this baby should deliver 6%. Okay, and obviously the converse to the downside. Now, if it's a call option and the 1-minute candle is pushing to the downside, wait until the 1-minute candle reverses. You're going to get a little bit cheaper, right? You buy it right away and immediately put up for sale for a 6% gain, and you should be good to go. All right. So, and thanks to that, Michael, happy to speak. Michael, can I open up the microphone to you? Let me just see if I can find you. Okay. Michael. You got a microphone, Michael? Okay, allowed to talk. All right, I'm going to open the mic to Michael M. He's the gentleman who's offering his email address to speak. And good evening, Michael. Are you there?
Good, Hugh. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Good man, good man. I'm down here in Atlanta, Georgia. An ex-New Yorker for many, many years. My kids were born there, so I would love to see you sometime up there in New York and have a great time. But I'm very serious. If anyone ever wants to have a private email chat with me or pick up the phone and schedule a call, I'm happy to talk about Hugh's service. I wished I'd found him years ago. I've been doing option trading for 8+ years. I've been all over SPY, all over, a number of underlines. But this is the cat's meow right here, everybody. I'm telling you, I closed down all of the lanes on the superhighway, and it's all down to day trade spies. This is where you need to focus, concentrate, dedicate your time, and figure out how you get those entry points like Hugh and Aaron talk about. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. And don't overthink it. Just get in the trade and don't diddle daddle around. Turn right around and put your close price in, 6%, and get that limit price in there and literally watch it. I stay right on the 1-minute candle and watch it. And if it goes, maybe the trade's beyond 15 minutes, then I'll bring up the 5-minute candle. But watch the candles. Listen to Hugh if you're in the trading room. And I highly please everybody, if you're not sure about the trading room, go do it for 1 quarter. You will do it for the 2nd quarter and the 3rd quarter and so on. It's well worth it. It's an education. Even if you don't take those trades in the trade room and you're taking the pick of the day, you will have a lot more confidence on why these guys choose the put or the call and how they manage that. So I won't take up a lot of time here, Hugh, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak, but it's a great service. It's very rewarding. You can't take it for granted because we know the market gods will come down and squash us, right? So don't extend your stay. Take that 6, maybe 7%. And, if you know how to watch the candles and watch the movement, the flow, then you can stay in longer. I don't. I go for 6, and I'm happy to get 6.1 or 5.1. And I get out of the trade and I say, thank you, Hugh. Thank you, Aaron. Let's do it tomorrow. And then I wait for tomorrow, all excited to go. So again, if you want to talk, communicate with them. And I'm dead serious. My email's open and my cell phone's open, and happy to speak to anyone and give you some insight as to why their success in this program and all their programs. So hopefully, Hugh, that'll give them some insight.
So where do I send the $5 to on this one here, Michael?
Tomorrow's trade.
Wall Street. Okay, a couple quick questions for you, Michael, before we wrap it up. Number
Yes.
one, somebody's asking here, Lori is asking here, what do you subscribe to?
Well, let me tell you how I started. I started with the pick of the day only, and again, understand I've been trading for a while, and again, an option trade is an option trade. There's nothing different than what we do with the SPY option trade. So I started there. I was, and I did a quarter subscription, meaning 3 months. I wasn't 4 weeks into this, and I was already talking to Hugh and Aaron. How do I convert this thing to, the full year? So then I said, you know what? I see a lot of value in this. I'm missing out on learning by not being in the room. So then I went and paid for the room for a quarter. I wasn't in that thing for a month, and I said I got to go get the lifetime subscription. So I spoke to Grant and the guys in the back room, right? That figured out that big number. But I will tell you that number. So I'm a lifetime guy, but I started out with the pick of the trade. Started out with the room trade. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry. Before I even started the room trade, I did pick up the signal trade. And then I picked up the room trade. I stepped back. So I was fully committed into the three core services. And then I said, you know what? I want to get that end of the day report. And I wanted to be able to participate in other things that they did. So then I basically asked, how can I get a lifetime? And I will tell you, that lifetime has paid for itself literally 10 times over, and I'm not kidding you. So I would get into the pick of the trade or get into the room. If I had to say, I would do the room and the pick of the trade before I'd even get to the signal trade if you're really trying to be careful with your money. The return is there in any one of these. If you did a quarter subscription, I'll bet in 2 trading days, that whole quarter is paid for. Might even be 1 trading day, but I guarantee you will not trade more than 3 days, and your quarterly subscription will be paid for on any of these services. So please take the chance. It's well worth the return. This is how I make my money. It's Hugh makes my money, and Aaron helps me keep it in my back pocket. So it's a great team, and I speak highly of these guys. And anytime they go to another event, I'll go there too, because I want to shake their hand and personally thank them for basically paying my bill. So other questions, Hugh, if you have any.
Michael, you're too kind, you're too generous. It's actually you that's making the money. We just kind of guide you along the way, but congratulations. Let me ask you one quick question here. The other day you punched up in the trading room how much you made, I think that day or that week or that month or whatever. Do you have that number handy at all or roughly?
Roughly, yeah.
Listen to this.
So let me let me just make one more click. Bear with me, I'm quick here. I thought I had it up, but I had up another sheet. So it's opening as we speak.
Okay.
And so for July, so we're 21 days into July. I don't know how many actual trading days that is, but July, just in the pick of the day, because that's my core service and the room. But July 1st through Friday's trades, just the pick of the day, it's $29,296. I had no losses.
No losses.
Now, I will say this, I trade in 2 accounts. So I have 2 IRA accounts. So I open up one trade, and then I turn around and open up the second trade. I kind of manage them the same, but I have the opportunity of staying in longer in one or getting out. But I will tell you now I'm going to do one other thing, Hugh, not to hold everybody up. But if I go back to July 1st, highlight all my percentages, my average across all those trading days it's get this, it's 4.85, and I still made $29,000.
Can I
So
ask if you're investing in each trade? I know you're probably very heavily invested, right?
well, so here's what I do. So my game plan is, and by the way, when I started with Hugh, I started out with about, I think it was $2,000 a day in each trade. And I did that literally for 6, 8 weeks. And I built the confidence. I looked at the cadence. And I, just kind of had to size it all up because then I was going to throw more money. Then I stepped it up. I think I went to 10,000 per trade. And then I actually even stuck my neck out there, and to be real candid, I was trading 80 to 100,000 in a trade.
Oh,
And then I sat there and I looked at my lifestyle and I says, I don't need that much risk for that great return, because this thing is so consistent that why do I need to put that kind of money on the table? So now for the last couple of months, I do one account at 8,000. So I have an 8 number, and another account I have about 45,000. As an example, Friday I had 48,000 in that big account, and I had 84,000, 8,400, excuse me, in that other one. The combination was 57,000. I usually don't go that high. I'm usually around 47 to 53,000, but I get out at 6% or 5%. I'm telling you guys, you do the math. If you just simply made $1,000 a day, 20 trading days a month, who wouldn't want to make 20,000 a month? And that's what I'm doing. So
that's so bad. $20,000 a month. What are we talking about? $250,000 a year.
exactly. Just it's
and
it's
you're done by what? 11 o'clock, you're done?
yeah, no, listen. So get this. I even averaged, so just this last week, just Monday through Friday, I always have one of my columns is how many minutes, minutes and seconds was I in the trade. And if I highlight those 5 trades, 11.43 minutes
Oh my.
across 5 trades on an average.
There you go.
So it does work. I will tell you this. I rely so heavily on Hugh and Aaron to do their work before they send out the signals, if you will, and get online, because that's the value that we're paying for. We have to manage our own trades. But all I'm telling you is don't live in these trades. Get out at 6% and get off the board. Then close your, I stay in and I do some scalps and I do some things in the trading room and I make up more money. So I don't overtrade, because if I can make 2,000 a day, as I have been, why do I need to go risk anymore? Just close it up and see you tomorrow.
Exactly. Go do something else. You've earned it. You've earned that. So that's
exactly. But I love to trade, and I can't wait to hear Hugh's voice in the morning when he comes on.
You're too kind. Thank you very much. Can you just confirm, did we have this did we set this up at all?
Not at all. Matter of fact, I've never spoken on here. And I do love, by the way, if you join and come into the Wednesday sessions, that's the meat and potatoes, if you ask me. This Sunday night is always important, but the meat and potatoes is Wednesday. I would definitely get into Wednesdays too.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that, Michael. I think we've tortured them enough. I see it's 9:14, so we're gonna.
Yeah, sorry about that. I apologize.
No apologies. No apologies. Thank you so much for that, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks. Folks, you heard it right there from one of our subscribers, right? So anyway, with that, folks, thanks for joining us. I am going to wrap it up, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow morning. It's been a pleasure. Good night, everybody.
Sounding loud and clear, and there ain't no stopping now. You're the one, shine brighter than the moon and the sun. Be great at what you do, give it all of you, and trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what